Hey friends, it's Chloe, and today we're going to be using these super cute rainy day stickers from Caitlin Plans, as well as a few functional stickers I've made to kind of pull the spread together. We're going to be setting up my MakseLife Goal Planner. This is the horizontal version from 2022 that I've redated, and I always start with whiting out the bottom part of the icon for the bar so that way I can cover up the whole thing in one go. That just makes it have a really nice and clean finish, which I really like, and it brings everything together. A lot of people use this page and kind of, dive into the color coding system. And while I like the categories in MakseLife, the color coding doesn't really work with my brain, and I would much rather have these areas more cohesively match whatever theme I've gone with, because if this spread is not pretty, my brain will not will not remember it exists, and I won't really use it at all. So that's why I've got these super cute, well, they're not even cute, they're just bar stickers, but I did rip this one as I was pulling it off my sticker paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just embrace that it's ripped and put it in half, and I'm going to get the left side nice and lined up, and then I'm going to line the right side up, and we'll figure out something later on to kind of cover up that boo-boo. I think I'll probably put the category sticker right on top of it. I usually kind of have them to the left and to the bottom corner of those, but this will hide that nicely, and it's good to change things up every now and then anyway. So I got these label stickers from a shop on Etsy that last I checked was no longer open. So yeah, not linking below because I don't know that they currently exist. But I hope they come back because I'm going to definitely want to buy more of those in the future. So now we're going to white out the weekly actions wording so that I can add this other label just to make everything kind of match font-wise. And we'll get started on the the weekly reflection pages rather. I want this umbrella to be like right in the middle because I'm kind of thinking like the clouds need to be on top, and then we'll put these boots in the corner. That way it's kind of like a little scene where there's like, it kind of like there's a person there, but you're not going to see the person, which kind of makes it sound like creepy horror ghost film, but that's not what I mean. So we're going to white out the top as well and the bottom. There's like helpful tips on every spread on how to better pursue your goals, which are super awesome, but I don't need them after I've read them. So I usually just go ahead and get rid of them. We're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting on these cloud stickers because I didn't cut them out that great when I cut them out on the page. But I think if we layer these three up in that corner, and then it'll have like a really nice flow on this side of the page. And we'll get that weekly reflection sticker up. And I think that, let's see, I'm going to do some more fussy cutting because that's life without a Cricut. Put these rain drops here because it kind of seemed like a little bit of a blank corner, and I'm going to stick that cloud right over that box so that it helps keep that box down because the adhesive was a little messed up when I pulled it off the page. But with that, you can see that you can't even tell that I ripped that sticker, so yay. Never panic. There's always a way to fix something in sticker planning, or really just using stickers in general, honestly. But yeah, you can see kind of the process of fussy cutting some of these stickers. These are box stickers that I made to match the colors on the page. I find it's much more helpful for me to have a specific area to answer each of the reflection questions for this planner, because if it's just like this big empty page, I'm like, And so having like a box per prompt has been like a really big help for me to utilize this page, because when I first started using this planner, I wasn't really using that page. And I feel like if you're not reflecting on how your weekly actions are going, you're not really, it's harder to know how to move forward and how to like make the changes you need for the next week to be better if you haven't like looked backwards. So that's what I do to kind of help set myself up. I've got the little prompt stickers, and these words like my wins and what happened or what worked and all that, that's like the prompts that you saw me white out at the very top of that left side page. So we're going to go ahead and cut down all the stickers that went off the page. That way they're not going to stick onto anything. It's a little bit more of a pain in like a coil versus disc, because if it was on disc I could just take it out real quick and cut it with some scissors, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. I'm definitely looking forward to being in the disc bound version of this planner next year. So, well, not even next year, probably coming, I think, July, but we'll see. So yeah, I got that taken care of. Let's just kind of add in a few more elements. I like to make sure that everything is nice and balanced and has interest all over and like looks like really good from a design standpoint. And just fun for me. I do kind of wish that I had picked up Caitlin Plans' newest like umbrella sticker sheet, because she had a yellow umbrella, and I actually think it would have been really fun to have like all blue and then like a yellow umbrella. And because I'm such a big How I Met Your Mother fan, I would have the yellow umbrella. I was like, oh, I don't think that's what she was trying to do, but it's a big thing in How I Met Your Mother. But yeah, we're gonna stick those there, and I think, yeah, we'll put the cloud there. I think that we're approaching the end of what this page really needs. I try not to put too much on that right-hand side so that I can save it for really making sure that I'm getting all the action steps that I need to knock out. Just because I get that sticker so that it's not sticking off. I should have probably put those in before I cut out the edges earlier, but whatever. So next we're going to take out my key that I made for all my mild liners to see what colors match this spread best. It's a lot of blues, and so I'm just going to grab, I think, probably the smoke blue and the dark blue, and maybe this gray, because I think that's going to be my best bet. So on this next spread, I use it for journaling and memory keeping. I highlight each of the days just to add some more interest, again, to keep me engaged and excited about writing in it. I saw somebody on Instagram do this with this layout. I think her name is Carrie, but I can't remember her whole tag. But I found that it really helps me stay engaged in the journaling process. And then if you look at the far, like the part of this layout closest to the spine, I usually take a picture every day and put it in there too. So it's like I journal about my day, and then you get a little picture about something that happened that day. And then, of course, you've got the habits that I'm tracking every single week, which I try to keep the same and in the same order. Later, when we get to that, I accidentally put them in the wrong order, so it's going to trip me up a little bit this week. But I try to keep it all the same, so that way my brain is used to the order, and that I'm really digging into those 7 habits for a long term, because I looked at those 7 habits and I was like, if I was doing these consistently, like every day, that would make the quality of my life like improve exponentially. So that's why I picked those 7, and kind of, even though some of them, if you see, well, I haven't filmed a flip through, but when you look at my flip through, whenever I get that up, you'll see that there's some of them that I consistently struggle with, but I continue to leave them on there because it's better for me to be aware of where I'm still struggling than to take it off and do something that I'm already doing. So some people are like the opposite of that. Like they find it demoralizing if they like are constantly like having a habit that they're not hitting. But for me, it really helps accountability wise. So that's why I always do that. And it's definitely easier to do upside down. Just, I don't think I said that, but it's definitely easy to do all this highlighting upside down because it gets the ruler on the bottom line a little bit better, so you can get a more consistent line. But yeah, I'm putting in my habits for now. I always really like this part of the process because it means I'm almost done, and all I have to do is take some pictures for Instagram, and then once we get to Sunday, I always plan to set this up ahead of time. Then I'll do my reflections for last week, and then I'll set up my weekly options for this week. But yeah, that's all we got for this week. So thanks, friends, for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.